Hello, everybody.
Hi, everybody. Jamie and Marcus here.
Welcome to
Test of Time
Love, Passion, and Hustle.
in the restaurant business,
Yeah.
or in any business, really.
Yeah.
We've kind of added that
So,
in.
yeah. So it's episode number 19,
Fun.
and we're having fun doing this.
We are,
A lot of
yes.
fun doing this. So, been open 20 years in the Hudson Valley.
As a restaurant.
As a restaurant, we've struggled, and learned from our mistakes, turn things around, and we're here to share our perspective and our tips to inspire other people and help people and really make you love your restaurant. It's a beautiful business.
It is.
Once it's dialed in and you have the right tools and techniques and mindset, this is an amazing business that is full of relationships.
It sure is.
Yeah.
Yeah, relationships with your guests, relationship with your vendors, your distributors, your importers, your
producers,
just everybody. It's really about building relationships, and just what you get out of it. What you put in is what you're going to get out, is always what I say.
Yeah. So that was a pivotal point in my career, was back in the late 90s. And I always thought that having a good restaurant, was about having guests that are so happy and like amazed and pleasing the guest. But a lot of most chefs are like that, right? Let's make sure we're getting good reviews. Let's make sure everybody's happy. But when you turn the tables around
in the 90s, right? The late 90s, you realize that.
Let's make sure that our producers are happy, our salespeople are happy, the companies we're buying from are happy, the farmers. Let's make sure they're all happy. And that's what changed my career.
Absolutely.
That's what built the foundation for Aroma Thyme.
I remember that. I remember that a lot. Yes.
Yeah. So we just recently were on an amazing journey in central Mexico. You want to talk about that?
We were. We joined probably about 50 other winery owners, restaurant owners, business owners, importers. And we joined them on an amazing adventure, as you said, going to different wineries that one of our importers brings into the States, and just experiencing being with other people, experiencing what other businesses do, and just building relationships. I think it was all, for us, it was all building relationships.
Yeah, building relationships.
Relationship building and just enjoying ourselves, but finding out why people do the things that they do and how they do them, and how we can support each other more so in the wine business.
I like that, how to support each other. The theme of every winery owner, no matter how big or small,
in Mexico, yeah,
Mexico is tu casa,
mi casa, tu casa.
Yeah, my house
is your house. And it was very apparent that, we're invited at any time to go visit them, and they're going to take care of you. They're going to spend time with you, talk to you, talk about their wines, talk about their love, talk about their passion, and talk about just the things that are really important to them in their businesses. And, you could ask any question and they'll answer you. And they're
so appreciative. So appreciative. Now, here was the cool thing. We actually have an offer to go stay at a winery owner's house in Mexico. She was like, why don't we do a house swap? And we're like, we're in New York. We're in the snow. I've never seen snow. I want to be in the snow.
Right.
We're like, really?
We had just met them.
Yeah.
Right? And we just hit it off. It was a great organic winery that we went to. And it was just really fun to sit there and talk to them. And, and then for her to be like, hey, let's house swap. We thought that was pretty cool.
She was like, all winter. I'm like, we can get away.
I said, let's start with 2 weeks.
Yeah, I was like, I want to get away from the snow too. And you want the snow? This is perfect.
Right.
But that's when you're dealing with independent companies, that's the genuine quality of people who care.
Feeling
right.
Yeah.
But it's like that in Italy too. It's like that with our small producers. And I realized this years ago after we got featured for serving Celt. We got to mention in a newspaper. Oliver Celt from Celt Cognac emailed me and said, please come visit. You're welcome here anytime. And I was thinking at the same time, like, well, Patron doesn't do that. Oh, Cuervo doesn't do that. Bacardi doesn't do that. So the interesting conversation I was having with somebody on the trip was we were talking about mezcal, and they were talking about a big brand, and he was like, I know it's a big brand, and we had, I'm not sure the conversation, but he goes, I know it's a big brand, but I really like where they put their money. So now I know this big brand, and we don't support this big brand because I don't believe they're genuine enough and a big company, right? So he's like, I just love where they put their money. And I'm like, oh, great. We're like, so tell me, like, where do they put their money? He goes, they have sales reps. They come and do promotions. They give us money. They give us, samples. They do this. They come to events with us. I really like where they put their money. And I'm like, so they rob the producers in Mexico, and they keep them barely above poverty, this brand, because they're exploiting the people down there and making all this profit to bring this product into the US under a label that everybody knows and thinks is great, and be this big corporate structure with all these profits to just throw away money. So what they're doing is they're robbing the people who are producing it. They're not paying them enough. They're paying them not enough. They're throwing money around to restaurants to buy the product, which is now taking away from a restaurant owner buying something else that's small and handcrafted, where the money is going to the proper place. And I was like, but this is how most people think. Give me, and I'll buy your product.
I would agree. And for us, it's about giving, and supporting those small guys, right? So let's just reiterate that real quick. And I think that's our passion. And I think no matter what business you're in, you need to have a passion, and you need to stick by that and constantly continue to, what's the word I'm looking for, just follow your passion and follow your love, and find something that's about giving, right?
Yeah. So when I first took
I think that is quite shocking that he thinks that what the company does is great.
Where they put their money,
they're giving money back to the people that they're buying their customers.
They're bribing
and buying their customers to get their products, so that they get more customers in, and so that they make more money. Not that the producer of the product to begin with,
not the hardworking
people that are making the mezcal or the tequila or whatever, that they're making more money. It's not about that. It's about the end result of what the person who's buying the product is.
And that is a superficial relationship. That's not a real,
because they're never gonna meet each other, right? They're never gonna have a relationship.
New brand manager comes in, new salesperson comes in, new campaign comes in, and we're not doing this money anymore, whatever. The brand is sold to another company, whatever. That's all superficial relationships, and it's bribery.
It is. But then that bottle's still going to sit on that restaurant shelf, and they're going to continue to buy it and buy it and buy it. So, something else interesting, just real quick, probably off of the topic, we had a very good friend show up last night. And you said, hey, do you like tequila? And he said, I love tequila, right? And he started talking to you, and he was like, you are so knowledgeable about all of these things. I want to learn from you. And I think, when you immerse yourself in what we are doing, in our passion for everything that we do, I think that's where you shine, and it shows, and people want to support you more and more. And I wish more people were really like the way that we think in terms of passion for bringing in and supporting the small little guys, because there's so many big guys out there. And they don't need our money. The small guys need our money, so that they can,
raise their family.
Their great product, and raise their family, and support their family, and send their kids to college, and whatever it might be that they want to do. And I just think that's really important. And I think a lot of businesses forget that.
They do.
But I think you have to have a mission statement, and I think you have to have a mission that you follow all the time. And our mission for the last 20 years has been to support small independents, right? I mean, for the most part, and small farms. And I think we've fine-tuned it, every year we kind of go a little bit deeper and a little bit deeper.
We do.
To kind of go down the chain so that the bottom person is making more money than the
so part of our mission statement is to have an uncompromisable bar,
right?
Uncompromisable selection at our bar. And for me, having Cuervo, Patron, Absolute, Tito's, Jack Daniels, Jim Beam, Glenlivet, those are things on brands like that. Those are things you can get everywhere. Like that doesn't set our bar apart. Right. It's stocking everything else. What sets our bar apart is the stories, the people that produce it, and the selections of things you can't find other places. Now, we just had a big wine tasting before we left for Mexico, our 99 bottles. 2 people during that tasting said, how are you so knowledgeable? Like, you know so much about, like, because it's my job. It's my job to, and it's on top of my job, it's part of my mission statement is to do that. But if you're a restaurant owner, you need to know what you're serving, right? You need to know. People would say, oh, what's that in the bar there? I mean, we've gone to restaurants.
But it's not about that for most businesses. It's all about
it should be. It should be.
Yeah.
Instead, like this person knows nothing about the culture of the actual company and the people that are making it. They just know that they're coming in and getting paid money to promote a product. And I'm going to tell you, a lot of companies are like this. If you're in the restaurant industry, you know this because you get hit up all the time. If you're a consumer watching this, we get hit up all the. I remember
we don't anymore.
We don't anymore because we don't deal with those companies. But I remember when I first came back from Colorado to New York, and at the country club, Cisco came in, all these big companies came in, and they basically gave me a guide like, if you buy so many of this brand and this brand, get this many points, you can get a TV, you can get, this and that. And I looked at the staff members and I took the catalog and I burned it. I turned the burner on and I burned it. I said, we're going to be buying high quality products here. We're not going to be buying products that you get kickback so I get a TV to take home. We're not doing that here. No. They're like, oh, and that's, the reality of a lot of this stuff is you go to these buying shows and they give you points and credits, and all of a sudden, you're leaving with this and leaving with that. You have perks and this and that. And oh, we'll get you Yankee tickets. If you want to get me Yankee tickets, give me Yankee tickets because you're my friend and I do business with you, not because I hit a certain amount of a level of buying 100 cases of Heinz ketchup or whatever. Give it to me because we're friends and you're my sales rep and you're like, yeah, right. Hey, we have company tickets, the Yankee games.
Hey, I'd love to. Here's a few. Join me.
Yeah, here's a few tickets. Right. That's how business should be done.
Should be.
Right.
We've never done that. I don't think, ever. You've never really been that way.
And when we were in Colorado,
in a restaurant,
we were in Colorado buying from all these places without the points and all that kind of stuff. We were given tickets all the time because people genuinely like this. So we were friendly with our sales reps. We knew our sales reps, and I'm still friends with them 22 years later on Facebook. 23. We still comment. We're still friends, and it's a great feeling to have. Just to build relationships like that.
Absolutely.
So yeah, relationship with the new currency.
Yeah, I think it is, and I think that was the theme of when we were away. Is mi casa es su casa, right?
Yep.
Is my house is your house, and we feel that way about our restaurant. This is our house, right? You're coming into my living room and you're enjoying what we have spent so much time to curate.
Yep,
right?
Exactly.
It's almost like a museum that we're curating our bar, we're curating our food, and we're curating our staff and all of that stuff to give that experience of all the relationships. So I think that's important.
So, 19.
Episode 19.
Thanks everyone for tuning in.
Thank you.
We really, really appreciate it. We appreciate the support. If you have any questions, head over to 50mistakes.com, which will roll into Restaurant Growth Secrets University.com. 50 Mistakes, the book is there available for free.
Our restaurant Aroma Thyme is 90 miles north of
New York City
in Ellenville. So check us out, Aroma Thyme Bistro.
And travel with us.
Yeah.
VIP winery vacations.
If you want to go on some of these amazing trips that we go on, we'd love for you to travel with us and meet our friends and build those relationships with not only the other guests that are on the trips with us ourselves, and also with the places that we go visit.
Our phones are blowing up today.
I know, because I just sent out a staff meeting
Staff meeting
information.
Yeah.
So, well,
All right.
team information text. So,
all right, everybody, have an amazing day, and we hope to catch you on the next episode.